Yeah. So Carlos, sometimes like there's fights in people's careers that like define them. Like Chris, you've got 5 or 6 Fight of the Night award, wins with the UFC. Most of your losses are split decision. You've only been finished twice in your entire career. Like there's certain benchmarks a fighter has where you can go, watch this one. This guy's about that life. And you fight in Brazil, November 25th, 2006. And you can tell it's like somebody that's hosting it speaks English, but not like really good. They probably listen to like really bad, like heavy metal music. It's called Storm Samurai, where you fight Marlon Matias from Chute Boxe. Walk us through that fight, because that's a brutal fight. Like, and it's one-sided brutal, I might add.
Yeah, well, at the time, because at the time, everyone was so scared of Chute Boxe guys. And I was like, they don't even have good Muay Thai. Their Muay Thai's junk. This Muay Thai's junk, dude. And I was one of the only guys.
That's our headline.
I was one of the only guys to say it. And I'm not even trying to, justify. That was just my mentality. That was my mentality, all right? I'm not saying that Master Rafael Cordero is, not awesome trainer, super dude, super guy, super nice. I have a lot of respect for him and him for me as well. I know all these guys. I'm just saying at that time, I did not respect their martial arts. I was like, it's just steroids, bro. I'm not scared of these fuckers. You know what I mean? That was my mentality. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, they're kicking dudes in the head and they're stomping everybody and blah, blah, blah. And like kneeing them when they're on, in the north-south or whatever. I'm like, so I'd do that myself too if I were in that position. So, I don't know, man. I was just like, I'm still this way. I'm very much a contrarian, but not in all things. Of course, I'm more matured. I would hope to say I'm more matured now, not that extreme now, but I am in a lot of ways a contrarian. And at this point, I was like, man, everybody's saying don't go. It's dangerous. All that did was I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm going to knock him out. And I'm going to stomp on him because they're stomping on everybody, right? They're going to stomp on me, right? Okay.
Yeah, dude, you finished him with his own move. You finished him with his own move.
That was sort of like, there wasn't at the time, there was no, at least I wasn't on them or anything, but there was no like internet forums or any of that. But sort of the rumor was they're going to stomp on these, everybody's coming to Curitiba to get stomped on. So in my mind, I'm like, we're going to train for that. And so I was like, I'm going to pass guard, get knee on belly, and I'm going to just step on roaches, man. And so we trained that in camp. We actually trained that.
You faked a Kimura, and then you stood up and head stomped him. How was the crowd at that point?
Yeah, I just remember, I was shocked, but Curitiba is such a fight city, man. They as soon as the show's over, they were all, everybody was like giving me thumbs up and giving me, asking for high fives and stuff. So what, all that showed me was, it is just to pump up their guys. It isn't the bloodthirsty crowd. Of course they want their home team to win. That's how, patriotic sports city should be, you know what I mean? And that's what they had at that time. It wasn't, they had a professional NBA team or the best NHL Stanley Cup champions. They just had some badass dudes that would knee dudes in the head in Japan at the time. And so the whole city had this fame, this aura about it just from this gym that was producing badass no holds barred fighters at the time. But, and so you caught that vibe in the town. Everybody sort of like knew about a little bit about fighting and stuff. But right after the fight, everybody's so nice,
Well, you mentioned that Melvin Guillard had given you like your first glimpse of the show, and they're completely different. But Chute Boxe around that time was a show. All of them in uniform. You get Anderson Silva, and they had like guys like Udo Doom, guys that no one remembers anymore. All super fit, all super angry at life kind of thing, like, you know what I mean? So like they really had.
Let me tell you, man, Mike said it about that life. They were about that life. Chute Boxe, they'd throw down right there in the hotel lobby.
For sure. Oh yeah, for sure. So